Hey guys, New Jersey Piper Pen here. It's an absolutely glorious Friday evening. Temperature went down very nicely. The humidity is gone. Finally, it rained most of the week, so it's about as perfect as it can get from a temperature POV as far as I'm concerned, and a humidity POV, which is none basically, or not discernible by me at least. Having some Smoking Pipe's 20th anniversary light flake in the Castello Billiard. Yeah, there you go. Took a while. I was wondering if it was going to focus. Really like this tobacco. While it's on my mind, I was just thinking about YouTube's being weird with notifications. Like, I've gotten notifications and stuff pop up on my YouTube Studio app, but not on the regular YouTube app. So I'm trying to keep a close eye on it. I try to acknowledge every comment with a heart or a response, or normally both. But if I don't do that for whatever reason, please note I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just YouTube is potentially being stupid. So yeah, just throwing that out there. I know people have mentioned stuff about how it's being weird towards our type of content, but I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know what the hell it's doing. I don't care. I don't have time to think about it. But it's frustrating to me if somebody takes the time to interact with me and I don't know what happened. Yeah, just a quick mention too. I'm trying to do that quote unquote keto diet where you stay away from carbs as much as you can. It's literally incredibly difficult. I love carbs. I just, French fries, pasta, pizza, bread. Oh God, bread. But yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, right? But Popeyes, their fried chicken. I love Popeyes fried chicken. It's the best fast food fried chicken on the face of the earth, as far as I'm concerned. If there's one better, let me know. But they have blackened tenders at Popeyes, and they're really damn good. So basically, grilled tenders, just seasoned. They're not spicy at all. They're seasoned well, but they're not spicy. And then there's no breading, so there's no carbs. It's just chicken and seasoning, and they're really good. They're not as good as their fried chicken, but it's good. Good substitute. And the sides are obviously all chock full of carbs, except for green beans. They do have green beans. The green beans aren't necessarily healthy because they have some sort of kind of gravy thing going on in there, and like bits of like ham for flavoring, I'm sure. But they're good, but I'm certainly not nearly as many carbs as you're going to get in like red beans and rice or something. So yeah. And the ice cream truck is near, as you can probably hear. But we'll try to ignore that for now. So I was reminded of a funny story recently, and I've had to tell this story to a captive audience at least a couple of times at work. So I guess people tend to get a kick out of it when, like, my boss is like, you got to tell that story. But so we had this was, I think, 2018. We had a off-site work conference where basically the whole building goes somewhere and they have presentations and meetings, and it's also meant to be a reward for performance and doing a good job, etc., etc. So it's normally a couple of nights, 2-3 nights somewhere, but this particular year it was in Vegas. At the Hard Rock Hotel. So, not a great year from a performance POV. Like, our performance literally informs the place that we go. So, as an example, we went to Vegas in 2018, 2019 went to Barcelona. So, you can imagine, and it's based on the previous year's performance. So, based on that, 2017 was meh. 2018's performance was fantastic. Thus, we went to Barcelona. 2019's performance was great too, but we had to cancel it because of COVID. And actually, come to find out, there's a pharmaceutical company called Biogen in Boston, and they linked their conference. I don't know where they went, but a bunch of people from their company went somewhere, came back, and basically caused a COVID cluster in their area in Boston. So, yeah. So it's probably good they canceled ours. That's not funny. I don't know why I giggled at that, but yeah, sorry. So anyway, Vegas 2018. The email says, if you want a room with somebody, let us know who you want a room with and we'll put you together. And this was a year where I work in the packaging department, and the packaging department hadn't normally gone to this thing. But I also supported the e-commerce team. And the e-commerce team basically got me an invite. So I really didn't know that well anybody going, enough to volunteer myself to be their roommate, so to speak, at least. Because that's pretty personal, you know? Staying in a room with somebody. So I just figured, you know, random, I'll tell them to give me a random roommate. As much as I don't really want to do that, it is what it is. So I didn't really want to worry about it too much. So I said, give me a random roommate. And I mean, luckily, I had very limited interaction with this person, but the interaction we did have was it was something else. But yeah, I think the first night, like I didn't even see the person after I checked in, and yeah, I went to bed pretty early because the meetings start very early. So I went to bed, and I think I remember them coming in pretty late, and I was in bed, so obviously we didn't really interact. And I think the following morning, I left the room before they even woke up. So. Now the next night was a little bit different. So after the first full day of meetings, etc., they tend to have celebratory gatherings at night that involve drinking, food, etc., etc. And we're obviously in Vegas, so there are going to be certain factions of people that want to do their own thing, but nevertheless, lots of drinking is going to be involved. Such things have really never interested me that much. Gathering in large groups in very loud places where you can't hear yourself think. Don't have too much interest in it. Consuming copious amounts of alcohol or other substances, just not really for me. I get it. I'm not judging people. It's never really been my thing, you know. It's never really been something I've particularly enjoyed or gravitated to. So yeah. But anyway, you know, so I tend to get out of those things as quickly as possible. And go do my own thing. Or just go relax and go to sleep. So at some point I go to bed that night. Roommate's not there. But sometime around, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it could be. Hey Mike, how you doing? Sorry, just saying hi to the neighbor. Yeah, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Roommate gets back to the room. and proceeds to get into bed with me. So yeah, I'd say he's 3 sheets to the wind. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, he's drunk. He didn't intend to get in bed with me, so I'm just gonna wake him up and say, hey, go get in your bed. Because I have a CPAP machine. I have sleep apnea. I use a CPAP at night to sleep. So I got the headgear and everything, and I'm set up, So it wouldn't be that easy for me to move. I could, but so I was trying to. So basically, I'm gonna go wake him up. So I just kind of nudge. First I use verbal, hey, hello, excuse me. No response. So then he kind of starts shaking the leg, jostling. Nothing. I literally get in this person's face and I'm smacking them in the face. Nothing. So at this point, I'm getting pissed off. And I give up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get in the other bed. I'm going to move my CPAP over, whatever, just leave him alone. So I go get in the other bed. I don't know, 10-15 minutes goes by, and I hear something. He's getting up. He goes to the bathroom. I don't remember what the hell he did. I don't know if he threw up or peed or what he did. I have no idea. Comes back into the room from the bathroom, gets his pants down about to his knees, and gets into bed with me again. So I'm just like, what is happening right now? Sorry, gonna pause for a second. Had to let La Cucaracha pass. So yeah, he gets up, goes to the bathroom, comes back into the room, attempts to take his pants off, fails, and falls into bed next to me for the second time in the other bed. So yeah, I'm just at this point, I've probably given up on trying to be angry, and I'm just laughing again. So I don't even try to say anything to him. I just, again, move my stuff back over to where I was before, and I try to get some sleep. Then the following morning, we're leaving, and he's asleep again, and I forcefully wake him up, and I'm like, hey, what time is your flight? It's time. We're leaving today. Don't miss your flight. And I just walk out of the room, and I go check out, and I go to the airport, and I tell the people at the desk, I'm like, my roommate's still in there. I don't know who the hell he is, but I'm just letting you know he's still in the room. And they were like, well, he needs to check out too. I'm like, not my problem. He's an adult. Yeah. So to this day, I've seen him a few times pass in the halls. He never makes eye contact with me. I have no idea if he remembers any of it. Probably not, given the circumstances, but yeah, luckily he works in different department, different part of the business, etc., so our paths don't really cross that much. But yeah, so definitely try to avoid the random roommate option if you have work trips coming up. It's not a good idea. Okay, sorry for the long story. Let me get my pipe relit and enjoy this night. Take care, guys. Be excellent to each other.